Hello, everyone. This is Talk for Glory, episode 206. So that just means this episode's just above the cruiserweight division. We are about 7 minutes removed off of Friday Night SmackDown. We are 48 hours removed off of All Elite Wrestling, AEW. We are 24 hours away from being not fully dressed, fully clothed. No, but we are 24 hours away from being in full gear. And as you guys already know, where there's wrestling, where there's a podcast, there is Talk for Glory. So before any of all that, introductions always must. I'm Enigma V4. This is episode 206, and this is Full Gear Predictions. Let's start us off right. Let's start us off with the Mongol, the former AEW World Champion, whose house? Swerve's house, versus the Almighty. I wouldn't call him a leader, but he definitely brings the Hurt to business. Debuting already in a pay-per-view match, Bobby Lashley. You know, this is one of those matches where you don't know you need it until it's presented in front of you, and now you're like, oh shit, I'm actually a fan. I'm actually okay with this. And now that it's here, it's in front of us. One of the things that a lot of people were talking about was that this match should have happened at World's End. No, I think Full Gear is perfect showcasing for Bobby versus Swerve. What I don't want in this match is interference. As you guys already know, when it comes to a fourth member, because we already have Shelton Benjamin, Lashley, I think there's a fourth. Yeah, Shelton Benjamin, Lashley, MVP. Actually, no, a third member. When it comes to a third member, I wouldn't want anyone other than probably Ricochet. But a lot of people really want a third member. So, you guys can answer as well. Who would you like to see be the third member of the Hurt Syndicate? And if you want to go even further, who else should join the Hurt Syndicate? But what I really want in this match is for it to be pure, for it to be clean, for it to remain one-on-one. I don't need, again, potential Ricochet joining. I don't need Leo Rush joining. I don't need Powerhouse Hobbs joining. I need this match 1v1. I don't need Shelton Benjamin to distract, to interfere in this match. Because when that bell rings and it's whose game, whose ring, whose house, I think the Almighty shows why he is the Almighty. And maybe it's just me, but I talked to Smooth about this a couple months ago, about how there are just some people in wrestling that are just better outside of WWE. And Bobby Lashley is for certain one of those people that is a goddamn machine when they are outside of WWE. Just look at his TNA run. Dude basically held the company with one arm. But that being said, I have Bobby Lashley winning. Now let's go on to a match that I'm not all that intrigued by. And because of that, I'm going to have to speed run this one. So it's MJF versus Roger Strong. The reason being something about the Devil storyline and something about Adam Cole. I don't know, and it sucks to say, but I don't care either. And it's also crazy how just a year ago, MJF was probably in one of the best storylines. Actually, it's about to be a year to the Devil storyline soon, where we really got some traction. And I still believe in the fact that I think the Devil should have been revealed at last year's Full Gear. But hey, we're here now. But because I just don't care about this, I think this match ends in DQ. Probably Kyle comes out or something. Maybe Adam Cole. But yeah, match ends in DQ. If someone has to win, I guess it's MJF. Now let's go on to our next match. That being the beginning of a crumbling empire. It is what a lot of people would say is the future of AEW. Um, Former ROH TV champion. He had a pretty good damn run. He's a multi-time tag team champion. But when you're on your own, who wants to hear about your singles? Who wants to hear about tag team accomplishments? He is a part of the Don Callis family. So it's funny. I don't think I've ever actually bumped into a Don Callis family fan. So if you're one of those people that is a huge fan of, I guess Don Callis and what he does, then you guys are probably, I don't know what he's supposed to call his fan base, Fletchers, but screw it. Kyle Fletcher versus, this is where the real long introduction goes, and it's funny how I get to do these long introductions. First for Stardom, now it's going to be for AEW, but the Aerial Assassin, the Commonwealth Kingpin, the Billy Goat, the new best bout machine. He is the 2023 Tough for Glory Superstar of the Year. Yes, that means the graphic goes up, guys. Do I get tired of it? Never. But he is the assassin, Billy Goat himself, Will Ospreay. So I like the story of this match. Kyle wants to be on his own. I guess he had to leave the United Empire for that, but that happened. And then this culminated with Will Ospreay having to face him. But what I really want to know here is, where does Mark Davis stand in this? Because as Will did say, you got no problem punching anyone else for me, but when it comes to Kyle, you just can't. And Aussie Open was together a lot longer than the United Empire is, so it ain't that easy. And that's okay. That's something Will just won't understand. But this is Kyle's probably biggest AEW pay-per-view match as a single star, because I do want to count his ROH stuff as big too. But I do agree with Will when he said, this is just Saturday for me, but to you, this is going to be your biggest match yet. And that's something I think Kyle needs to take into consideration, that this is the make or break. This is the, did I make the right choice? This is, am I next in line? And finally, this is, am I on the way to the top? Because Will Ospreay, he's already there. It's all about just when he wants to. When he wants to take that leap. Whenever Will Ospreay thinks, you know what? It's time for me to go after the AEW World Championship. Will can do that. This match is for Kyle. Kyle needs this match to validate himself, to validate that he made the right choice, that he can't regret stabbing Will Ospreay in the back. And that's when I still think Will Ospreay beats Kyle Fletcher. I think Kyle doesn't get lucky. I don't think this is match. Hell, this is another match I hope ends clean, because Kyle needs to win. He needs to win on his own. Just as Okada and Omega were the mountains that Will had to climb in Japan, I think Will had to climb over in Japan. I think Kyle needs to climb over the mountain that is Will Ospreay. Can he do it on his first try, second try? Maybe not. Third try, I think, will be his charm. So for now, I got the Billy Goat winning. And now to go to the last of the championships. It is what I believe is round 4. But it is cowboy shit, unhinged shit, uncontrollable shit. Hangman Adam Page versus a man that I say whose career died last year around this time. But he has been on a rejuvenating path where He wants to remind everyone that he is still the king. He's still the catalyst. He is still the belt collector, the only man, well, the first ever man to win every championship in New Japan, making him the real belt collector. He is a man that single-handedly sold out Madison Square Garden and the United Center. He's the leader of the Bang Bang Gang. He's hey Mark. He's the leader of the Bang Bang Gang. So you know what that means? You know what? It's okay. Normally this clip is for Miyu Amasaki, but when she's not around, this guy is the leader. So for right now, guns up for the Bakersfield Gold members! Guns up for the Bakersfield Gold members! Guns up for King Switch, Jay White. I will never, and I truly do mean never, get tired of seeing Jay White versus Hangman Adam Page. You can do it in Japan. You can do it in the States. Hell, you could even do it in New Zealand if you want. I love the story here. I'm happy that no houses had to get burned. No homes had to be broken into. But Jay White has a debt to collect when it comes to Hangman Adam Page. And it's perfect that this is right before another tournament. So maybe, just maybe, this is a loose end that Jay has to tie up before he goes and actually wins this tournament. And that's how we get Jay White to finally fulfill his destino and become AEW World Champion by ending the Cowboy, giving him his last ride into the sunset. And the score being Switchblade 3 or 4 and Cowboy 1. All right, now we're going to championships. It's Sasha Banks. Yes, I'm still saying Sasha Banks versus Chris Statlander. I don't even know if she's an alien anymore, but I want to be excited for this match. I just can't. How can I be excited when we have people like Julia Hart, we have Jamie Hayter, we have a lot of people, some pretty cool people that are just, fighting each other when we got Sasha holding the New Japan Strong and the TBS belt, which, I don't know. Something about this match just feels like it shouldn't be a one-on-one. It should probably be a triple threat between Sheeta, Statlander, and Sasha. But I'm just not invested in this match. And that's okay. Not everyone's invested into every match. I do hope that this is Statlander's coming out party because at one point I was saying I don't mind her losing the TBS and then I don't mind Statlander losing the TBS and then winning the AEW Women's Championship. And I kind of still stand on that, but that's the artist formerly known as Alien better than yeah, same. But I guess be all and end all. I guess I need to have Chris Statlander winning this because as long as Sasha holds both belts, and people can clip me off of this one, I don't care about the TBS Championship or the New Japan Strong Women's Championship. I don't care. I cared when Julia had it. I cared when Willow had it for a cup of coffee. I cared that Stephanie McCurry had it for a cup of coffee. I cared Julia Hart had the championship. I cared when Statlander had the championship. I cared when Willow Nightingale had the championship. But I just don't care that Sasha has it. Bring Chris to Japan. That's actually a great statement, Mark. Let's bring Chris Statlander to Japan. And what better time than Washington, not this month or next month, but let's see if Chris Statlander is free January 5th. Wrestle Dynasty is a thing. She can face what titles does Japan have around that time? I'm sure a speedster or someone's gonna hold an IWGP belt. I'm sure she's happy to defend her future title. But That's a talk for a different episode, and I'm exactly excited for that. AEW Full Gear card looks meant to be honest. Wait, looks meant to be honest? Oh, okay. I don't know what meant to be honest means. But yeah, I got Statlander winning. Now for what I'm hoping to God be the match of the night, but that's probably because I am a tag team mark. Whether you do it in WWE, AEW, TNA, New Japan Pro Wrestling, Ring of Honor, if you have a stacked tag team division, I'm all in. I'm hooked because we got Private Party, we got Kings of the Black Throne, also the House of Black. We have the Outrunners, we have the Acclaimed in this four-way for the AEW Tag Team Championships. For a lot of people that were crying and complaining when Private Party won these and saying, "Oh, what's next? What are they going to do?" They're going to do what all champions do. They're going to defend their titles, and what better way to do than in a four-way? Now, for anyone that watches AEW, maybe you guys can correct me on this, but I don't get the Outrunners hype. I don't at all. I don't get the joke. Maybe they run the roast and they high five or something. Just saying, it was a lot cooler when best friends hugged in the middle of the ring. It was a lot cooler when Pentagon and Ray Phoenix went Zero Miedo. Like, I don't get the Outrunners though. But nobody in this team has the strength, the manpower, the technique, and just overall power that the Kings of the Black Throne have. Who can strike better than Malachi Black? Who has that dog in him like Brody King? I'll tell you who. Nobody. I'm sorry, Isaiah Cassidy. He doesn't have it. Mark Quinn. He doesn't have it. Turbo Floyd doesn't have it. He damn sure doesn't have it. Truth Magnum doesn't have it. I'm sorry, but Max Castro doesn't have it. Anthony Bowens doesn't have it. Daddy Ass Billy Gunn doesn't have it. While they all don't have these things that I've listed, the House of Black doesn't have one thing. The AEW World Tag Team Championships. And that's where I say that's the one thing they're missing. They have the strength, the power, the speed, the group. All they're missing is the gold. So, be on end all, my prediction goes to the House of Black because the House always wins. Next, for the AEW International Championship, it is defending champion Konosuke Takeshita versus the number one contender for the IWGP, the guy challenging Zack Sabre Jr., the guy that's waiting to get turned into a pretzel, the guy that everyone says has no mic skills and that are very late to the party. He is a bunch of flips and shit. He is Ricochet versus the new alpha, Konosuke Takeshita. You know, I think this match would have been fire in Japan. But Konosuke Takeshita has bigger fish to fry. And by fish, I mean a dragon. So if I can't see Ricochet beating Konosuke Takeshita, and I only see a dragon slaying the new alpha, I gotta say, I got Konosuke Takeshita winning this. And then when that's all said and done with, Konosuke Takeshita can do whatever the hell he wants December. But come January 4th, when he has to fight a dragon, we'll see what happens. But again, I got Konosuke Takeshita winning this. Now for the co-main event, I know a lot of you guys are probably like, wait, why is the TNT co-main eventing? And maybe this is the DC fan of me talking, but I like this story. I like the story of Jack Perry and Daniel Garcia. I like the fact that Daniel Garcia kidnapped Jack Perry and almost hit him with a crowbar. For you Batman fans, for you Under the Red Hood fans, The moment I saw the crowbar and I saw Jack Perry tied up, I saw the Joker tied up and Daniel Garcia with a crowbar in his hand, and I'm just thinking to my head, are they about to recreate the scene? Are they about to go, which one hurts more, forward or backhand? A or B? One or two? Is Daniel Garcia about to beat this man up with a crowbar? Small plug, guys. Go watch Under the Red Hood. I don't care how old that movie is. It is fucking awesome. But I stand with Daniel Garcia. All he wants to do is wrestle, but this company's ran by savages. And who knows? Maybe Daniel Garcia needs to be the vigilante. And because I say that, I believe that the dance starts. We have a new champion. Jack Perry's, again, he's another man that's going to be busy come January 4th, January 5th. So let's see what he's going to be doing. But I have the Red Hood. I have Daniel Garcia beating the Joker known as Jack Perry right now. All right, guys. So because we're at the main event, I want to thank everyone that'll be listening to this. I want to thank everyone that's going to be watching AEW Full Gear, even if I don't know you watch AEW that often. It's a timeless storyline, right? Yeah. But guys, I want to thank everyone that'll be listening to this. You guys know what to do when we hit the main event scene. You guys can do what we love here at Talk for Glory. That's follow the socials. You guys can follow Young Smooth on his Twitter at YoungSmoothTFG, Enigma_V4_ on my Twitter, Enigma_V4 at my TikTok, Enigma period V4 on my Instagram, Enigma_V4_ on my Twitch, Smooth1 on his Twitch, Enigma_V4 on my Kick, the gaming website, guys, because that chat thing, pretty sure it's dead. Pretty sure it's dead with when DSs used to have chat rooms. And remember, guys, where there's a podcast, where there's wrestling, you guys can follow Talk for Glory. So that be YouTube, Spotify, whatever you guys get your podcasts on. I'm sure there's other pretty cool podcasts out there as well. But we don't cover, maybe they cover, but we also cover. Maybe we collab. But it's time for the main event. It is the Death Rider, Jon Moxley, versus no fucks given, the laziest man to clock in. Hands in his pocket. You won't fire him because he does his job. Orange Cassidy, freshly squeezed. Or I don't even think he's freshly squeezed anymore. I think he's all tapped out. This man's tired. He's tired of fighting. He's tired of all the bullshit. He just finished fighting his friend Trent. He just finished watching Bryan Danielson get choked out. This match has all the potential in the world to be better than their all-out match. And I still think that is a top 5 match of the year of 2023. There's nothing in this match that I think you can say, oh, they have bad chemistry or the story is not interesting. Like, what do you guys fucking want here? I don't know what people want when it comes to this Jon Moxley story. I've heard some people called Moxley, I forgot what the hell it was, but they've called him some weird stuff because this is apparently off of a movie, but you can easily just say, oh, he wants the company to change. He wants them to be better. And if he needs to be the attraction, the root of all evil, the common enemy of AEW, so be it. There we go. We want a real explanation. Let me see. I don't want to mess up your name, bro, but Jose? Is it pronounced Jose? But trust me, man, I do too. Right now, I guess the explanation's not all that good. Personally, you see his interview, he's taking out for running out of hot dogs. Okay, I'm glad that I pronounced it right. But yeah, personally, I hate that it's John Moxley doing this. I don't hate the story. Like, if you want the company to change, I think the person, like the group that should be doing this isn't Blackpool Combat Club. Have the House of Black do this. Like, having Malachi Black be the one to go, this company needs to change, and I will be the common denominator for this company to change. I would have had the House of Black do this. But that's just me. But, in the perfect world, we all get what we want. But right now we have Mox versus Orange. We have Death Rider versus Freshly Squeezed. And dare I say, we have a match of the year contender. Because again, I love their match at All Out. That match was amazing. Can they top it? I hope they do. I really do. Do I hope Orange Cassidy wins? No. Now, I'm not like everyone else, where they're just like, I can't take Orange Cassidy serious, or he's boring. No. I love the idea of Orange Cassidy as AEW World Champion. But I don't love that idea right now, today, tomorrow, next week, next month, maybe even next year. When the right man challenges for the AEW World Championship, you guys will know that I'm all for that person. But because of that, I have the Death Rider, I have the 2022 Superstar of the Year, John Moxley, retaining the AEW World Championship. Also, take it out of the damn briefcase already, please. I have him retaining. And then who challenges next? I don't know. I think we wait and see, because next is the Continental Classics. So I think all the top names are going to be very busy. Also, just throwing it out there, it's a maybe. It's not a guarantee. But maybe, because here on Talk for Glory we have covered round robin tournaments such as the G1, the 5-Star Grand Prix, maybe we bring the Continental Classics as a part of the tournament's legacy of Talk for Glory. So again, that's a maybe. You might get a predictions, you might not. Don't put your hopes so high, not too low. Just make sure you have your notifications on for Talk for Glory. But that being said, that was just about everything for the Full Gear predictions. And I know I'm fresh off of SmackDown, and you guys probably are expecting some WWE, but that's gonna have to be next week, because the streak of Talk for Glory uploads continues. Last week we had Stardom Historic X crossover with New Japan, where you guys got predictions, review, and gameplay. Also, congratulations, Momo Watanabe versus Mayu Otani being the first ever women's match on Talk for Glory's star rating. But again, you guys got those 3 uploads. This week, you'll get the 3 uploads of Full Gear predictions, review, and gameplay, hopefully. And then next week, you guys will get the Survivor Series predictions, review, gameplay. And that is the November Talk for Glory trifecta. So I'm hoping that all those things go smoothly. I hope Smooth's here for one of these things, whether it's predictions, review, or something. Thank you, Mark. But I guess as I'm saying all this, I hope you guys drop a like, drop a sub, tell your friends about this. If you've got a podcast, tell them about it. Hell, come on our podcast. Let's talk about some wrestling. Maybe you're a Stardom fan. Maybe you're an AEW fan. I'm sorry if you're a GCW fan, though. That shit's just not coming on here. I know a lot of you guys are WWE fans. But yeah. I hope you guys drop a like, drop a sub, tell your friends, neighbors, cats, dogs, whoever, goldfish. Stay safe. Have a great day and or night. And as we say on Talk for Glory all the time, screw all that tribalism shit. And most importantly, enjoy wrestling.